知らなかった。じゃあ何のこと？チルミル元気チルミルチルミル飲むと頭がチルミル良くなるよチルミルチルミル今日もチルミルチルミル飲むと頭がまったいさっとねチルミル生まれ変わるんだしてよ頑張ってコッコで周囲の戦況を素早く判断するためにラクトフェインはチルノの脳みそ発育させるタンパク成分即座に発動フロストコラム即座に対応するために鉄分ミネラルビタミン C は戦う妖精のたしなみ氷を溶かして水にして粉を混ぜたらすぐ飲めるっておバカと言われて数百年そんな時代ももうすぐ終わる幻想郷のテレビショッピング今ならさらにもう一回脳神経の発達サポート DHS フリーモリーバカじゃないの違うもんだいぶできる子なの見ててねただ少しだけ不自由なのだけどそれはバカじゃないの間違いだらけでも足飛ばくなるところ朝になればその日も元気に赤いのタ始まるチチルミル今日も元気チチチルミルこのみチルミルチルミル元気チルミルチルミル飲むと頭がチルミル良くなるよチルミルチルミル今日もチルミルチルミル飲むと頭がまったいさっとねチルミル生まれ変わるんだバラ人形にバラ人形にバラ人形にゴスンゴスンゴスンくんにいいやんさんいいやんさんワンツースリーワンツースリー123いいやんさんいいやんさんワンツースリーワンツースリー123いいやんさんいいやんさんワンツースリーワンツースリー123アインツワイグーテンモルゲンいいやんいいやん111ヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミヒフミ
Oh no, you couldn't hear me all this time. never on purpose, Ellen. I would never be muted on purpose. I wouldn't have bothered playing any of these songs and then singing over them if I didn't want you to hear me doing it. I mean, what would be the fucking point? What was even the point of any of that? All right. Look. You think I was just sitting here letting people come in, notice my mic was off, and then leave? No.
ドワンゴが午前2時ぐらいをお知らせします。こんな夜遅くまでニコニコを見ているミコ2に午前2時ぐらいをお知らせします。お知らせします。お知らせします。お知らせします。I'm calling the sky 目を閉じて心の声聞いてる知らない魂に出会いたい I'm calling the sky 仲良く輝いてる願いたちこの目の中降りてきて流れ星
You have to play this at my funeral. I've actually never seen this particular edit of the Ryu Seigun before. I'm used to a much more chaotic version of this. Cheetah man, ore, the cheetah man, ore, the cheetah man, ore, the cheetah man, ore, the cheetah, ore, the cheetah man, ore, the cheetah man. Yaranaika, yaika yada, yada dai wo, wo ya dorarenai moto, to chikupawa, kiririto, tokiken no kanji, yaranaika, yaika yada, yada dai wo, wo ya dorarenai moto, to chikupawa, kiririto, tokiken yaranaika. Corporate Kwani has a metal cover of which one? Of one specific song or of this whole thing? The only updates on Clippa are that people keep fucking with Mint and sending wellness checks to their house, essentially like being raided by wellness checks, because they keep spreading lies about her and saying that she's like not able to handle herself online. Last night she took an IQ test live on the Ralph Retort and got 125 IQ just to prove that she is intelligent. Oh, hey, it's the Birdman. How's it going? Oh, yeah. Look at that. This is getting windy. There's no clouds. I think so, yeah. Most people do. Koi ni koi nante shinai yo watashi. Datte kimi no kotoba.
仲良し男女手のつなぎよ気が悪いなになるよ街を作りたんぼ星の上みんなで笑い合うよウサギの空でやつだけになんでかいお月様嬉しいこと悲しいことも全部丸めて
Hello, Bushnayo. Hello, Ellen. Hello, Amy.
ページには赤い印現れて思い出すすられそうだと思うなんてどうかしてるけれど信じられたワードつぶやけば最後あなたは今どこで何をしてますかこの空のすぐ場所にいますかいつものように笑顔でいてくれますかこいつはそれを願い続けるキリキリラブ誰が can't feel like without you どうして難しいな Why don't I miss you forever
？We're actually in like early 2009 right now. Shortly before Nico Nico Doga stopped having fun stuff on it.私ついていくよどんな辛い世界の闇の中でさえきっとあなたは輝いて燃える同心がく立ててくの葉を作ってゆくね昆布出し切ってるよ夏だって今度は忘れわ昆布出し切ってるよ夏だって今度だよああどうしよう高く振り上げてこの腕私のお月様たた様のお月様
もっとスパーキングな強くタフのハート自由日では理解の道だいるもっとスパーキングな手をでからでも構わないこの手離すもんかマカナチカイ
They didn't even have Makanachi Kai in this mix.
あなただけでつけるテクニックで充実して運の渦巻きさらかに閉じてく時まであのだけの夢踊るが激しく
やったやった合格合格着地主任葉っぱ一枚あればいい生きているためラッキーだやったやったダンス掃除でなんでやっとだ Everybody say やったのね
早くあそこに入れてよどうしてのパッケージずっと見つめてる君のことにクリックにしてあげる歌はまたね頑張れからミックミックにしてあげるだからちょっと話してたよミックミックにしてあげる歌はまたね頑張れからミックミックにしてあげるだからちょっと私に
おにょもののけ困った時はどまんせまんどまんせまんさすりげよしょ陰陽師白陵大山悪霊大山おにょもののけ困った時はどまんせまんどまんせまんさすりくるざのほよ
きれいなお客様限りなく降り注ぐ不可能じゃないわ
There was a stinger in there. I haven't heard in any other version of this before. This might even be the original, but I don't know that I've ever seen the original. Minna no hero, Yoji. Okay. I'm sorry I had to put you through all 13 minutes of that. Yeah, I do have to finish this edit tonight. I definitely got to finish this goddamn edit tonight. I'm tired of working on this video. I'm tired of there not being a new video out on the We Watch Anime channel. I'm tired of, not being able to move on to the next video. Because I'm still working on this one. So, let's fucking burn through this son of a bitch. Son of a bitch! God likes me! I am the best! affirmation. What about if we go the other way? What about if we go the other way? Let's go into the Thug Bungalow. What's up?
I wedged the bumper back into place.
What'd you say?
I wedged the bumper back
Oh,
into place.
nice. You did it.
Hardly tell that. I mean, aside from the
The
fucking.
big dent did it.
Well, it's not that big of a dent as much as it is like a discoloration.
Yeah, I can show the chat. This is the part that he put back into place. As you can see, it looks like it kind of looks like fucking Giant Robo. Hold on. Bird, I need you to see. Okay. Look at Giant Robo. Well, there's one where he had like the tear down his face. Hold on, the image is in. Well, okay, kind of looks. Doesn't it kind of look like Giant Robo a little bit, like the face?
A little bit.
Can you see? Can everybody see what I'm talking about? Turn it like this, maybe. I know there's another robot with a line down his eye like that. I'm probably thinking of even more than Giant Robo. But anyway, there's also
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you explain to the chat what
The impact
the
point.
upcharge on reviewing their own material is?
I've never mentioned an upcharge on reviewing your own material.
Oh, your chat seems to think there is an upcharge for it.
I don't know why. Who said that?
Well, I'm sure you did at some point.
Well, I didn't mean
You
it.
should.
um,
I think people.
why would I charge more for their work than for somebody else's work?
Because it's annoying.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's exactly the same to me. It's all just crap. Everything is crap until proven otherwise.
All right.
But a lot of the time, their work is fine. I mean, Amy's work is good. Do I want to charge Amy
Well, I
extra
mean,
to
some
review?
people have said that Amy watches anime is better anime analysis than you are.
They have said that. Bush Nada sent €2 and said, "You up to listening to a small song I made recently?" Sure. As long as it's 2 minutes long, then yes. But yeah, I don't think I
The
ever.
U.S. government is suing Adobe.
Good.
It's accusing the company of harming consumers by enrolling them in the most expensive subscription plan without clearly disclosing the huge early termination fees that can reach hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck Adobe. They deserve it. That's what the government's for, is to fuck up Adobe. I was going on this rant earlier today. I was like, the government should exist to steal from the rich and give to the poor, and nothing else.
Look,
its
there
purpose.
are some liberals in my life that are really annoying about it,
Uh-huh.
and yet I can't say they support Adobe, but they contribute to Adobe directly.
Even while hating it. Yeah.
I've never heard them say they hate it. I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
But
well, they hate the company, I'm
A
sure.
lot of the opinions they hold,
Yeah.
I have discredited because it's like, you work for Adobe.
Yeah. You got some
Yeah, I may have just
Yeah.
been wedging a car bumper back in its place.
What was that noise?
It's the fucking thing that always says it's connected or not.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Doesn't help the people within our government are rich. Yeah, that's exactly the issue. That is exactly the issue.
let's just let everyone in our government not have a net worth over $100,000.
I was saying, like, if you make $10 million like over the course of your life, like that's how much money you've had to play around with. Like that is the most I could imagine anybody like reasonably having a good time, like managing. Like anything past that, you're killing babies or something. Like you're doing something weird, you know? Maybe you could have $10 million at one given time, but even that seems like a bit much. Like, who wants to hold $1 million? What are you fucking going to do with it other than gamble? You know? Who is holding on to $1 million for a reason other than I'm about to make the dumbest gamble I've ever made, you know? You think I would edit quicker if I wasn't live? The problem is I wouldn't edit. I would just be live. Because I can't make any money editing, and I can make money being live. So I've kind of been sort of taking a hit by doing streams that don't make me as much money under the auspice that it gives me an excuse to work on some editing. But I have no reason to think this video will get any views. Nothing I do typically does. So you know, it's a sort of Pandora's box of, is this video going to be successful and worth something, or will I have, it would have to get literally 50,000 views for it to be worth something to me. That's, a video does not become worth something to me until it has 50,000 views. Until that point, it is essentially a waste of fucking time. So, you know, a live stream where I can make money while doing it, that's great. You know, if people send me money, I immediately have that money. There's no like question about the worthwhileness of it. Check the Discord for the Bushnada song. All right. Let's see here. It's just in the, oh, okay, it's in We Make Art. I was just already in there. Vocaroo. Are you the same one who was sending Vocaroo songs the other day? Or is Vocaroo like back in style now or something? Okay.
Home under a comet and a full moon. It was Easter,
I like
a
this.
day of tears and flashbacks. All the flood from the streets washed over me, leaving me bare, exposed to the light, the wild creatures, the life essence of beauty, the ferret's folly to run the road. How can I begin to explain the feelings of fury in the beams of sunlight, with the hope that lives in the two of us, the three of us, the four of us? Would this life be here without you? Would I be driven to madness, trying to capture the sun with a stroke and a scribble? The fallout, no sound except the running water of yesterday's laughter. This is not over. This is just begun.
That was great. That was excellent.
Are you talking about your Eric July script on stream or something?
Why?
Riley's messaging about it.
What did he say?
Said he'd read it.
Oh. Yeah, I've mentioned that I'm planning to do it,
Okay.
but I've also told him that I've read it too.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see anything in the chat about it.
Okay, yeah, he's talking about it too many games. I'm back. Everyone, you can hear me, you can see me, you can fucking feel me. Has anyone heard any of this song yet? I don't think we have fiber optics, actually. My dad was just telling me that he's considering changing internet, and that the other internet that he would be changing to has fiber optic. And I was like, wait, are you telling me we don't have fiber optic? We live in a place with fiber optic. What the hell do you have right now? I mean, the internet's really fast when it works. But it's been like this all day. We heard the song, but it cut out just when I was about to talk about it. Okay, good to know. It's really good. What I was saying is that I love the sound design. It very much reminds me of early 2000s post-rock. Like there's a Japanese band called Envy that does a lot of like spoken word under like, you know, kind of creepy melodies almost. And Mogwai also did some songs like with the Envy singer that kind of sound like this.
How can I begin to explain the
I really like that odd, like, I don't know, crumply noise in the background, whatever the hell that
feelings
is.
of fury in the beams of sun?
It's like almost like a fan, like a circular sound. I don't know what that is, but I like it.
Like, with the hope that lives in the two of us, the three of
And I really like the way the pianos sound and the voice sounds. Always a fan of an Irish accent, also. soft-spoken Irish accent. Kind of reminded me of a song I've done also. Ah, shit, I spelled it wrong. I think I spelled it wrong twice, actually. Yeah, here we go. Reminded me a bit of this song I did once with a friend. For a friend, with a friend, and adapting lyrics a friend wrote. 3 different friends, I mean.
So the first heart croaks in blissful quarter time, a sacred swear born as a fractal echo that sets the vast dark expanse alight with pinpricks. Great and echo comes a meek, wonderful flutter, bestowed life and growth by the reverberating cheers of the faithful pinpricks. Hearts resonate unmade, loving pixels and waveforms through liquid crystal, and in return the swear was born again from an enigmatic history. A voice once meek reaches hearts through the hearts and illusions and stages and sorcery. A lonesome timber carried by a foundation of everyone's love.
I clearly didn't know that the word tam is pronounced tam.
Ditzy buzz, a model complete, pinpricks cascading their seeds of kindness, carrying the formula into the endless corners of the dark expanse. The sun rose in the morning and the other animals beamed and played, never knowing mournful respite, never conforming, never cognizant of the pinprick's indelible gaze. Enemy horizons rapid.
No, it is not a Sigur Rós reference. It's because this is how the artist known as So Great and Powerful, normally their name was just this. I read it as Null, which is funny because now I have a beef with a guy called Null. But
Now you have a beef with a guy named Noel.
well, I didn't when I wrote this song. I
It just now happened.
had a friendship with a guy named, well, he wasn't really named Null, but that was just that's how I read this symbol as Null.
The pinpricks and rings, with wild century-old language guiding, measuring hearts, faithful and strong, directionless lines, surface and quills, sparks blaze love, admiration for Null, for my Delia. Thank you.
I'm gonna try to
There's something like a kaleidoscope, like a human kaleidoscope. The evening was made up of shiftings of a kaleidoscope.
I'll be the one.
A. Okay. Work. Editing. What if we went in the other direction? That's the first quote. Let's see. Yeah, we'll use 2.0. This is a whole movie about going in the other direction. Owie, Kazigama, Nedo Dawawo, Tataitemo. Watashi dake no tadami tsumete. What about if we go the other way? Perfect. What an astounding clip. Part 2, the inward spiral. No, it doesn't work for that. This might. Part 2, the inward spiral. So how is Neon Genesis Evangelion? This might be too long. I'm really afraid of using Ava clips. Go the other way. Part 2, the inward spiral. So how is Neon Genesis Evangelion? On the opposite of any of that. Tetragrammaton with the hammer on, always grammar wrong, clenching stemmer jaw, eye in the panopticon, bringer up the Ragnarok, Yggdrasil langus stripping from them off, throw your flannels off. I'm sure you could apply a lot of what I just said to Ava if you wanted to. Grab a fifth and walk into the labyrinth, the giant spliff, listening to petty shit that others spit. And then I mix in its Trixie Goldie Witch at your service with another hit. Benevolent to the opposition, don't relent. No. Benevolent to my homies, to my benefit. Malevolent to the opposition, don't relent. Not heaven sent this, that deep dark devil shit that mocks the skin, spilling the blood within. But for the sake of this analytical thought experiment, obstinate flows for you opulent hoes, consummate pro with the cavalcade prose. And I'm going to present how the overall feeling of Ava's story is that of cattle prod vocabulary, baby, I'm a herder. Thought you heard the word, but I tell you mine is worder. Real bottom energy in this image. Ava's story is that of spiraling inward towards singularity. Inward towards singularity instead of spiraling outward toward infinity, if there really is a difference in those things. Science. Okay. This imagery is so fucking torqued in this movie. Okay, so that's like a pretty solid chunk of time there. See what it looks like. Jujutsu Kaisen does a great job of making you feel like all of the cards are already on the table. You know who the very most powerful characters are from the very early into the story, and it becomes that their attempts to deal with one another are what ripple out to define the rest of all the other relationships and events in the series. It feels like you're discovering how things work along with the characters, and it makes it that much more satisfying to see how characters will react to the revelations made by other characters. So that's outward spiral storytelling, where we just keep learning more and more and more and more until we learn something so crazy it changes all the other information. What about if we go the other way? Part 2, the inward spiral. So how is Neon Genesis Evangelion the opposite of any of that? I'm sure you could apply a lot of what I just said to Ava if you wanted to, but for the sake of this analytical thought experiment, I'm going to present how the overall feeling of Ava's story is that of spiraling inward towards singularity instead of spiraling outward toward infinity, if there really is a difference in those things. Scientists. Cool, that felt good. I don't know why the quality looks so ass, but maybe that'll help it get past copyright. Whatever helps. Oh, it sounds like my mom's home. I'm working the polls all day. You know, the bad kind of working the polls. Political polls. Landon is occupying the chat with Cooming over Pomni again. She must have really left an impact. He's really gotten clown pilled. I didn't realize you were so down to clown, Landon. You got to start listening to ICP or something. You're gonna have to go full Juggalo at this rate.
Pomni isn't that hot.
No, I don't think so either. The murder drones were hot.
Well, Gary always has drawn Pomni in like a kind of hot way, but even then, like,
Stop sexualizing the clown. The clown. Clown pilled. Fuck no, you did not say that. I forgot that's also like the Clown World guys. I forgot they're like a clown pilled too. All right, what am I talking about in this part? Sometimes theorize that the universe expands and contracts over its life like a giant. Okay, we're gonna have to use End of Ava footage for this. The end of Babe Evangelion, and it's just Babe from Babe going, I'm Babe. And then the old man goes, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay, yeah, we'll just use some fucked up End of Ava imagery that implies the universe is being reborn or something. Never seen a blue sky, but I could suck a dick before in London and France. All right, we'll start with the head getting chopped off. Where do I send things for you to listen to that I didn't make on the Discord? I don't know. You can just put it in. Well, I mean, if it's something I can find, you can just tell me to look for it, and I just search for it.
Do you know what the best anime is?
What?
House.
Yeah.
House MD. House MD is the best anime.
What makes it anime? Is it the character designs?
The character designs, everyone in it, like House is just an anime character.
Ooh, you ever played any of the Trauma Center games?
No.
It's like a DS game where you play as like House, basically.
You don't play as House.
But
you
you're
don't
like
know
an
what House
anime
does.
House. You're anime House and you do surgery.
That House doesn't do surgery.
Well, guess what?
House very rarely does surgery.
You get to do surgery. in
Houseu. Yeah, I mean, why isn't there a
Scientists
House anime? Come on, guys. Keep up.
It is actually a little surprising. They can do that, right?
Scientists I'm sure sometimes Hugh Laurie would voice
theorize
it.
the universe. Maybe I shouldn't have raised tits on screen. I don't know if this is going to run a
you
risk.
probably should stop playing with the YouTube terms of service like you do.
I
12
don't.
ounce mouse.
I've been playing with YouTube Terms of Service the whole time I've been on the platform. All right. I've only had my channel deleted 3 times. Scientists sometimes theorize that the universe expands and contracts over its life like a giant space lung. Giant space lung. And contracts over its life.
Harley Quinn versus Pomni. Harley Quinn wins. What are you talking about?
Like if we're talking about who's hotter?
Yeah, Harley Quinn. What are you fucking talking about?
Depends on the version of Harley Quinn.
No, it doesn't.
Some of them are really not
and
attractive.
contracts
They're all
over
more
its life
attractive
like a
than
giant
Pomni.
space lung.
Probably true.
Pomni is like the least sexual character that exists. I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. The rag doll.
Maybe that's why Landon thinks she's
Jax.
so attractive.
Jax is more sexual than fucking Pomni is.
Like a giant space lung.
Giant space lung.
House sees you walk in with a backpack and determines you're definitely pregnant.
All right, Bushnada. Hopefully this isn't something that gets us taken down.
Bird, you don't know shit about
Probably
sexy
not.
clowns. Neither do you, Landon, if you think Pomni is the answer.
Hold on.
Jesus Christ. All right. I'm going to bed.
Oh yeah, I love you. Have a good sleep.
Love you too. I'll see you later.
These sexy clowns are definitely. Well, actually, these are terrible sexy clowns. All right, what am I looking for? Fish heads. I guess it's right there, but I typed it anyways. There you go. I've definitely never seen this before. Is this a music video or an Eraserhead parody? Fish market. Get some fish. Time to get some motherfucking fish at the fish market. Directed by Bill Paxton. I don't know who that is. The name sounds familiar though. It's a big sandwich.
Fish heads, fish heads, roly poly fish heads, fish heads, fish heads, eat them up young.
Ask a fish head anything you want to. They won't answer. They can't talk.
Fish heads, roly poly fish heads, fish heads, eat them up young.
I took a fish head out to see a movie. Didn't have to pay to get it in.
Fish heads, roly poly fish heads, eat them up young. Fish heads, roly poly fish heads, eat them up young. Fish heads, roly poly fish heads, eat them up young. Yeah.
Okay. Fish heads, roly poly fish heads. Eat them up, young. All right. Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah, why not? Jesus Christ. The like toy piano sound. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to how to find. Hope I can find this. Yes. I love this. This is not that type of weird.
Hey, girl. Take a look.
This is a more normal type of weird.
I'm
coming over. I'll probably take my shirt off. I'll still be Dan, but like 10 times less soft. Check my abs, check my guns, check my Calvin Kleins. Check my raps, check my fun, check out my behind. I'm dripping, I'm oozing with all this confidence. You're thinking I'm moving like I'm some kind of prince, but you got no idea what I'm really up to. Choreographed dance moves, me and my whole crew get all jealous with how future our shit is. Try and jack these moves, turn your teeth into chiclets. More words.
Okay, I am actually familiar with They're Coming to Take Me Away. I typed there, and the first thing is they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. I watched that for an hour once. There's got to be a version with a music video, right? This one, maybe? Is this an actual video or just like a fan video?
You ran away and I got on my knees and begged you not to leave because I go berserk? Well, you left me anyhow, and then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind. And they're coming to take me away.
Ha-ha.
They're coming to take me away. Ho,
Ha-ha.
ho, hee, ha,
Ha-ha.
The funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away. You thought it was a joke, and so you laughed.
Hey,
You
Amy,
laughed
there
when
have
I
been
had
less
said that
productive
losing you
editing
would make me
streams.
flip my lip. Right? You know you laughed. I heard you laugh. You laughed and laughed, and then you left. But now you know I'm utterly mad. And they're coming to take me away. Ha ha. They're coming to take me away. Ho ho. Hee hee. Ha ha. They're
Happy
coming.
home with trees and flowers and chirping birds and basket weavers who sit and smile and twiddle their thumbs and toes, and they're coming to take me away.
I cooked your food, I cleaned your house, and this is how you pay me back for all my kind, unselfish, loving deeds. Ha! Well, you just wait, they'll find you yet, and when they do, they'll put you in the ASPCA, you mangy mutt. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha, they're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away, ha-ha, to the happy home with trees and flowers and chirping birds and basket weavers who sit and smile and twiddle their thumbs and toes, and they're coming to take me away, ha-ha, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men.
I like it. Play Pomni compilation 24 hours. No, not happening. Oh man, that reminds me of, in terms of stuff that's just like way ahead of its time, from the 60s. No, I want the music video.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire. I'll take you to burn.
Look at what this motherfucker is wearing.
Fire. I'll take you to learn. I'll see you burn. You fought hard and you saved and earned, but all of it's gone to burn. And your magic telling.
Okay. This man made a song called Rape. That's wild. Okay. Where are we at in
Acts
this?
over its life like a giant space lung. Space keeps expanding until negatives.
Okay. Speaking of rape, it's the end of Evangelion. This imagery kind of works.
Space keeps expanding until negative space. hyperdense black holes which begin inhaling all of the other space around them until they explode in a
Ooh, yeah.
which begin inhaling all of the other space around them and
I forgot about this shot. This shot's really cool. Oh, yeah, there's an exploding.
until they explode in a big bang and begin to expand all over again.
Gross. Impregnate that moon.
Theoretically, the universe began and will end with the construction of a
I know, I let you down. Been a fool to myself. Thought that I could live for no one else.
of a supermassive black hole that big bangs
Big bangs. Get it? Like fucking?
into another universe. If the outward spiral story is about going and going and going until entropy takes you, the inward spiral is about getting sucked into the hyperdense collision of all reality right when it's about to blow.
Perfect.
I touched on the nature of apocalypse.
Okay. This is the part where I reference a video that I wrote before this one, but have yet to edit. And she's touching on the nature right there. That's perfect.
I touched on the nature of apocalyptic anime stories in a video I haven't released yet called Everything is Devilman. But Evangelion and Devilman
are turtles all the way down.
But Evangelion and Devilman are both so specifically cyclical that the only way they've ever been sequelized is
Okay, now we'll switch back to the rebuilds. How long is this clip? 7 seconds? Okay. God, I hope these fucking clips are short enough. Let's see what we've got for Ava so far.
the inward spiral. So how is Neon Genesis Evangelion the opposite of any of that? I'm sure you could apply a lot of what I just said to Ava if you wanted to, but for the sake of this analytical thought experiment, I'm going to present how the overall feeling of Ava's story is that of spiraling inward towards singularity instead of spiraling outward toward infinity, if there really is a difference in those things. Scientists sometimes theorize that the universe expands and contracts over its life like a giant space lung. Space keeps expanding until negative space hyperdense black holes which begin inhaling all of the other space around them until they explode in a big bang and begin to expand all over again. Theoretically, the universe began and will end with the construction of a supermassive black hole that big bangs into another universe. If the outward spiral story is about going and going and going until entropy takes you, the inward spiral is about getting sucked into the hyperdense collision of all reality right when it's about to blow. I touched on the nature of apocalyptic anime stories in a video I haven't released yet called Everything is Devilman, but Evangelion and Devilman are both so specifically cyclical that the only way they've ever been sequelized is by restarting the story with just slight differences over and over in the universe next door, following the story to similar conclusions. Okay, Napoleon the 14th, If There Really Is a Hell to Go To. Let's go watch it. For God's sake, stop the feces.
I saw a sweet-smelling girl act sexy while the guy got his pocket picked. I saw a boy shining shoes get stepped on by the same pair of boots he licked. I saw a slave-driving man disgusted by the size of his house and car. And if there really is a hell to go to, we don't got to go too far. It don't matter where you come from, and it don't matter who you are. 'Cause if there really is a hell to go to, we don't got to go too far.
This is giving me very much Tom Waits type energy.
I saw a child into selling flowers cuss you out if you passed her by. I saw a bank robber sharing profits with a clerk from the FBI. I saw an old hungry soul mistrusted by a youth eating caviar. And if there really is a hell to go to, we don't got to go too far. You can be just a poor hitchhiker or the guy in the shiny car. But if there really is a hell to go to, we don't got to go too far. No, we don't got to go too far. I saw a kid smoking grass get busted by the man known in every bar. And if there really is a hell to go to, we don't got to go too far. No, we don't got to go too far. Oh no, we don't got to go too far. No, 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 we don't got to go too far.
Good stuff. Bushnada said, for context, this was supposed to be a second album, but it got rejected by Warner Brothers for being too dark and disturbing. Example, the rape song. It was also written in the 60s, but only released in 2023, a few weeks before he died. Damn, really taking a long time to get that out. I guess it was always going to be too edgy for any particular era. It's just a matter of, not trying to release your shit through such a big publisher, I guess. Reminds me of a bunch of different Tom Waits songs, but especially sound-wise, Chocolate Jesus.
Thank you. This is a song for those of you in the audience who have trouble getting up on Sunday morning and going to church.
Sung by a man who sounds like the actual devil.
It's a candy item. It's actually a kind of an immaculate confection. It's there's a cross on one side and there's a Bible inscription on the other, and you put it in your mouth, and when it's gone, you can get up and leave. So, this is something for the kids on Easter. This is called the Chocolate Jesus.
I don't memorize the books of the Bible, 'cause I've got my own special way. Well, I know Jesus loves me. I'd have to say maybe just a little bit more. 'Cause I fall down on my knees every Sunday at the Wesley candy store. And it's got to be chocolate Jesus. Really make it feel so good inside. Well, it's got to be the chocolate Jesus. If we're gonna keep me satisfied. I don't want no apple dabble, and I don't want no almond joy. 'Cause there ain't nothing that is better that could be suitable for this boy. And it's the only thing that can pick me up. I said, better cup of gold. I said, only chocolate Jesus will never satisfy my soul. Yeah.
This would go better than marinated. Will you bring me a different beer if you're gonna use all that? Thank you.
Now when the weather gets rough and it's whiskey in the shade, it's best to wrap your stranger up in cellophane. When it'll close like the big buddy, that's okay.
By restarting the story with just
For nice coffee. It's got to be a chocolate Jesus. Make me feel so good inside. It's just got to be a chocolate Jesus. If you wanna keep me, yeah. You won't keep me, oh yeah. If you wanna keep me, yeah. If you wanna keep me, yeah. If you wanna
been sequelized by restarting the story with just starting the story. With just slight differences over and over in the universe next door. Is over and over in the universe next door, following the story to similar conclusions. Story
So-
with just slight differences over and over in the universe next door, following the
Yeah. Okay. Alan said, I really hate this, not gonna lie. Well, that's okay. My mom also really hates Tom Waits. I don't know why. Let's play some more pump you up Toho jams then. The best Toho songs? Oh, really? That's just literally the actual Toho music. Surprising. I expected to hit like Megamix after Megamix by typing that. More like this, but this is 8 years old. Could it be that the Toho music fan base is not really alive on YouTube right now? Oh. You know what? Let's listen to some Castlevania piano music instead. The story to similar conclusion. Watching Evangelion, it takes forever to feel like anything. Watching Evangelion. What? It takes forever to feel like anything is particularly happy.
Beatrice Collins? Wow. She put her headphones back on, she can't hear me at all. Look at that. Wow. Hey, Beatrice.
Bushnada, I see you've given £3.20, but there doesn't, or €3.20, but it doesn't seem to be a link or a song recommendation. What was the $3.20 for? What?
Are you listening?
Yeah.
I've been trying to get your attention for like.
Oh no, I've been listening to stuff consistently. What? What's up?
About every hour on the hour after this that you're awake, can you do me a favor?
What's that?
Go into the fridge, mess around with the steak, just agitate it, move it
Yeah,
around.
yeah. Agitate that steak. Posted a new one in the Discord. Oh, I did not see it there. Oh, okay. Did you delete the previous one before adding that one or something? So I don't see the other link anymore now. Whatever. Okay. This is really good. Yeah. Okay. Actually, this song's a little too hard for this beat. Yeah.
High-powered psychopath, I write no trash. My unreleased tracks are longer than discographies. My discography is longer than biographies. I am obvious in your mind and Diogenes. Found the earth, the screenplay that is the most important thing, and everything that you forget to do it is a fucking waste. Found the earth, the screenplay that is the most important thing, and everything that you forget to do it is a fucking waste. Baseline lifted, half cock shifted, gear super clear in the building. Sweet legs, deep lead. He said, she said, oops, you scared me for a second. Now your friend is dead. I'm a second death, that's my third life. Searching for simple stuff, my face be called some extra lives. You save one up, maybe continues extra guys. If you know my YouTube influence. That's as far as I've written in that sense. Yo. Damn, this beat is really fucking good. Walking in the spider was a cut that all of those without I'm probably gonna never really know about. Caught up in the web, complicated net, with about the feds, have me singled out, voice ringing out, just about around the walls of this garage where I spent the powder 2 months. Now I'm out to stunt, right? I'm closeting up the butt. Yeah, I'm high as fuck and I'm kinda drunk and I'm at the wheel, so y'all better fucking buckle up. Writing me your shit on the internet since 2011, and I'll say it again. This is trial of the motherfucking golden witch, the beat burning bitch that'll beat the piss out of a golden snitch. Yeah. That's a really good beat. Can I have it? Can I have it, please? I'll take it. I will take that beat off your hands if you would so please. Would like that beat, please. Can you still wait? Am I still audible? Okay, I am still audible. For a second, I wasn't seeing any green circle around my microphone. I would like that beat. You'll make me something new, but I want that beat also. You can make me something new, but I also want that beat. If you're not going to give that beat to anybody, I want that beat. Damn it. All right. Well, then you can keep it, but you better make me something better then. That beat's really good. I'll be disappointed if I don't have something better. Anything is particularly happening. Its first episode is not a complete circle at all.
So, I have a coworker. Well, like, you've met him. He had asked me the other day, like, he has more of a sporty car than we do, a little smaller. He asked, do you think a rooftop tent would be a good idea? And I think, just based on the money, no.
No.
Just get a ground tent.
Not if you've got such a small car. Yeah.
Well,
why would you want to...
I don't think that's as much of an issue as, like, you can get a good Coleman tent for what?
$100.
Why do they want the rooftop tent? What do
Ease.
they want about
Ease
it?
of setup. That seems to be the pull. Ease of setup. You just throw it on the top and you pull it up.
It can't possibly be easier to set up than our North Face tent.
Well, yeah, but that's like a little kitschier.
Sure.
I'm thinking like they're not trying to like ultralight backpack or anything. They're
I mean, I would think that the kinds of people who want that are like, I don't want to be on the bugs with the ground. I don't want to be on the ground with the bugs. I mean, you know.
Oh, well, I don't think that's gonna. I don't really think a rooftop tent is gonna stop bugs.
Might stop
Bugs
the
fly.
non-flying bugs.
Bugs can crawl on a car.
That's true. I mean, I don't know. I just can see that being the mentality is like, oh, I want to be
Okay.
up. You know, I want to be above the animals and the bugs. You
Okay,
know?
I see where you're coming from for sure. I'll talk to him about it tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess you just got to figure out what is the appeal of the rooftop car to them.
I think just like the same appeal I had, which is it's cool, it's neat.
Being cool and neat is cool and neat. I don't know, how much does it cost?
Rooftop tents?
Yeah. Are they like preposterously
They're
expensive?
pretty preposterously expensive.
Then I wouldn't do it. It darned a fucking.
Let me see. Rooftop yeah, they start at like a grand.
No, thank you. Our tent was like
300.
300, and it's like a nice tent. Yeah.
But I mean, again, our tent was 300 and nice because it's really light and made for backpacking.
Right, you could get a nice
You
tent.
could
for
get a
cheaper.
car camping tent for way cheaper and hold more people if that is your goal. I don't know.
All depends on what
they're
they want
looking
it
at
for.
going to Devil's Backbone as well.
I see.
You have met this person. I don't want
Okay.
to. The game. The game we went to.
Yeah.
That guy.
There's a lot of guys at the game we went
Okay.
to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Bird's trying really hard not to dox anybody, even by description, I guess.
I played a lot of Vuvuzela around him.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, they're trying to car camp.
Yeah.
I mean, long term, I don't know. I've never been in an above the car tent, so I don't know if they're like cool or good or what's like.
There's
seems like
benefits.
hard to get in and out of. Like, oh, I gotta go piss. I have to now climb off my car. You
Get
know,
down a
like-
ladder, yeah. Especially like a brewery, it would be,
Yeah.
problem.
I
Interesting.
don't know. I mean, it's already kind of a pain in the ass to get out of a tent to go piss, but
True, but it's not as much of a pain as climbing down a ladder.
right. I would feel weird about sleeping in a place I could fall off of. Also,
That is not quite. I guess if you really tried, maybe.
like, is there like a flat ground that it
Yeah,
sits on?
yeah.
Okay.
It like unfolds into like a sleeping pad.
Right. I don't know. I guess I'd have to try it to decide if it was cool. Maybe it is really cool.
I don't know. I just I feel like I'd go for travel trailer before I went for rooftop tent. You know.
I would too, but I mean, that's also another huge step up in price.
Not necessarily like the small with my Prius,
Mhm.
small teardrop campers. You could probably get one for about like $1,000 to $4,000.
If they can fit in one of them, then yeah, I'd get the teardrop before I'd get the rooftop tent because then you can more easy to
mean-
detach and reattach. Also,
I said I'd look into it first, and I
Yeah.
just did. And based on the car and everything, it's like, no, it doesn't make sense to put a fucking rooftop tent on that.
yeah.
You just buy a tent, tack it with you. I don't know.
Oh, this has been the tent advice conversation part of the stream.
Sorry.
It's okay. What are you're watching House?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, what are you watching? That I remembered you're watching.
just house marinated steak, kind of just being awake.
Awake and Alive in America in 2024.
How's your video going?
I'm close to being done with it. So I'm gonna keep working on it. Particularly happening. Its first episode is not a complete circle at all. It ends in the heat of the action, and its second episode interrupts that circle even in the heat of the action. And its second episode interrupts that circle even further by jumping ahead in time to a totally different story circle even further, but by jumping ahead in time. Into a totally different story circle, and then completing that first one in a flashback, all seemingly to undercut the feeling of completeness in that story.
What? I said I have a question for you.
What do you do?
You were working a regular job. Did you find that job enhanced or dehanced by a guy every time there's something silly happens, just going, wow. Just like a wow.
Definitely enhanced.
Me too.
Greatly enhanced.
Me too. I mean, I'd never really worked with this guy before. I'd seen him a lot because we worked in different areas, but today I was working in his area. He just kept going, wow. And every single time I had to break down laughing because I was like, wow.
Sounds excellent.
This is great. Yeah, I don't know. The other thing too is the area I worked in today, it has a major lack of teenagers, which is kind of the biggest problem I have with the job I work.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, today it was just a breeze. Like I got told by everyone, like, "Wow, you're doing a great job."
Wow.
I had one of the top guys just go like, "Wow, we didn't really hold on anything. Good job." I was like, "Yeah. I'm a fast boy. I'm fast as fuck, boy." Just wow.
Wait, I don't know what that was.
Oh, is this
actually.
wonderful?
Wonderful.
I can't hear that. You must know.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
You overplay the wonderful of that Professor
Wonderful.
doing.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
All right, maybe you don't.
Wonderful.
All right. Lagrange Point Gojira stranded. It says as much of this as you can handle. It's only 5 minutes long, so, or I assume so based on your donation. How difficult could this be? This really is a Gojira remix. Okay, so this is someone remixing Gojira into a synthwave song. Okay. Wow. Let's see how much of this I can handle. Oh, I got the wrong one? Oh, shit, you're right. I need the stranded one. This is the right one.
Did you see the Justin Timberlake got arrested or last night?
First one in a flashback. All seemingly true.
Did you see that Justin Timberlake got arrested last night?
I did.
Did you see the mugshot?
No.
Did you see why?
No.
DWI.
That makes sense.
He claimed that he only had one martini. Luckily, Justin Timberlake had one martini.
No, that was a scene right at all.
Undercut the feeling of completeness. Now there are some more standard feeling stories in a lot of the middle episodes.
This sounds familiar, but I don't know this Gojira song, so I don't know if it's familiar because of it, that I just must have heard it at some point or what. Flynn, that's an interesting way of looking at it. The videos are kind of like AMVs a little bit.
Now there are some more standard feeling stories that there's a lot of middle episodes. Stories that there's a lot of middle episodes. But it still feels like story is just establishing its status quo. But it still feels like story is just establishing its status quo. You meet a ton of characters in this first episode, and you understand you meet a ton of characters. We meet a ton of characters in this first half.
This is such a Fooly Cooley looking shot right here.
And you understand of characters in this first half, and you understand all of them to be working in service of rescuing humanity from the menace of the angels. But
This is the one they do the big. I always forget about this episode. I don't really remember what this episode's like about. Other than that, they all catch this big thingy. I feel like this is. If this episode wasn't in that one Static X AMV, I would totally forget it existed.
Rescuing humanity from the menace of the angels. But it's also obvious that everyone has their own intentions and motivations that they're not talking about. Episode after episode, we feel like we're trying to get into these people's heads and understand why these things are happening the way they are. Even though the situation itself is only changing in what I would describe as non-historical ways from the viewer's perspective, episode after episode. This changes completely in the show's second half, when suddenly it feels
hamburgers forever. That was okay. It was kind of a in one ear and out the other experience for me, if I'm being honest. Do you think in the future we're going to have peer-reviewed videos? We already do. It's called call-out videos. Peer review is what H Bomber Guy did to James Somerton. I would play my favorite Gojira song, but I'm sure I will get claimed. Maybe I could find it 8-bit. Yeah. Oh my god, it goes so hard. That's all what's all what's all what's all what's all what's all. That's the melody. I don't know the fucking lyrics. Oh my god, I've never heard an 8-bit song sound so fucking heavy before. James Somerton did not kill himself. I've been trying to call him to come work with me. I want to ghostwrite a new career for James Somerton as like a Disney villain. I come from Sirius to talk with you, Festival. To bring the life into vain. I'm ready to go.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
What's happening?
Spaceballs 2.
Spaceballs 2?
Oh no.
Is Mel Brooks still alive and doing that?
be producing a lot.
They're making a Spaceballs too.
From the strength of God.
Sorry, hot take.
We go to the power of God. That is worse than the Star Wars reboot. It's a worse idea. They can't make that movie today. Because somebody would look at it and say, this is the script of Blazing Sounds.
For God's sake, they have never heard of you. You will never reach his master race. Myself, sickening killing all the time. No.
This is the hardest 8-bit that has ever existed. Butthole Weeb. No one is going to believe that someone named Weedhole Chung with a Pomni avatar suddenly appeared in the chat asking what this channel is all about. There's no chance anyone would ever buy that. Weedhole Chung. Hold on, let me put it on screen for everybody.
Everybody, we'd hold Chung tonight. Everybody, we'd hold Chung.
Whoa, that's weird. That's a character from my favorite American show. It looks like I found the right crowd.
I appreciate it, Landon. Thank you for stepping up your trolling.
It's true. This is a Pomni love community, apparently.
No, it's not. It's a butthole weeb love community.
Everyone else in here also loves Pomni.
I don't not love Pomni. I just don't think she's a sexual icon.
Well, several people in the chat do.
Several people in the chat are very wrong.
Okay, but if we had to answer what this channel is about, what would we say?
That's a unique question.
It's about this riff. It's kind of about weed a lot, says Flynet. I don't feel like I talk about weed that much. I smoke a lot of weed on the stream.
No, it's not fun to talk about weed a lot.
Yeah, if weed's not, there's nothing really to say about it. Beyond the obvious.
Dude. Weed.
Dude, Lamar. Alright, it's time to finish this Castlevania medley and this fucking YouTube video. I'm so close to the end. There's only a couple minutes left. There's like less than 2 minutes of timeline left. Understands why these things are happening the way they are, even though the situation itself is only changing in what I would describe as non-historical ways from the viewer's perspective, episode after episode. Alright, this all changes in the second half. Thumber. La la la. This changes completely in the show's second half, when suddenly it feels like every episode is revealing someone's real motivations or intentions, giving us a whole new understanding. Their intentions, giving us a whole new understanding of everything we saw before. Unlike in Jujutsu Kaisen, where we feel like we have a similar grasp of the situation to the characters who are causing that situation to change. In Evangelion, we are constantly realizing how the characters have been keeping one another from the truth, and how everything that happened already was exactly as someone or other intended. Was another from the truth, and how everything that happened already was exactly as someone or other intended. By the time Shinji or the audience knows exactly By the time Shinji or the audience knows exactly what is going on in this story, it's already time for Shinji to make the only decision that really has any consequence. Going on in this story, it's already time for Shinji to make the only decision that really has any consequence. Really has any consequences in the story, which changes depending on which version of the story or which round of the cycle you're watching. In a sense, Evangelion is a story about coming to understand the universe completely.
Shit, have I still not handbroken 3.0 plus 1.0 yet?
You cannot redo.
You cannot redo.
Let's see. Speaking of this one, doesn't look like I did. All right, well, that'll only take 10 minutes, something like that. What's going on in my feed right now? Frog Tony, Second Wind. What's Frog Tony talking about? He's detracting, out here detracting.
Take that, the quartering.
Yeah, take that, the quartering.
You should be on that show.
I could, but I need to finish this fucking edit first.
Well,
if he's still going after I'm done, though, I will. I have to pee. I'm looking for something to put on while I go pee. The remixing good art over making new original
content. In the last video, I hate these guys who like have the idea that making good art is just taking art that was already good and taking components of good art and then remixing them and putting them together. It's so stupid to me because I hate those guys. Those guys, like, they don't know how to be original and they don't know how to have their own concepts, right? And they're all like, yeah, all making good art is taking other good concepts and then taking bits and pieces from them and making a new concept out of those bits and pieces. And it's like, no, that's stupid, you know? What you're doing is like you're taking different kinds of cookies and you're cutting out slices and you're putting together you're just putting a cookie with different slices in it, right? And it's so annoying. It's like, yeah, that pisses me off so much because it's like these guys will argue so hard about it too. Like they'll act like that they're just right and they're like, I'm stupid for not agreeing with them. They say being original is impossible. It's impossible to be original. You're choosing that, by the way. And then they'll just be like, yeah, making good art is just remixing other good art. And I'm like, okay. So before anyone ever made art, what was making good art then? They don't listen. Logical conclusion. They want to avoid that. Now they're like, oh, you're just tired. You're just cool. And I'm like, what? What the fuck? Why? Why are you doing that? And it's just so annoying.
Do you need help
I
getting
know
to
for
sleep?
a fact that it's very possible to be original. I do it. I have done it. I'm going to do it. Like I said, my art's gonna be brilliant. And I'm really excited to make movies. And these guys, they just can't think any original idea. They're doing you can, I can't. They're doing I can, you can't. They're doing those, and so they're like trying to come up with like a computerized method for making good art. They're like trying to give AI the key components to making good art. And the thing about AI is that as much as it's thinking, the way we've designed it logically is that it has to wait for us to give it something before it responds. Even if it's a self-learning program, we have to give it that command, right? And that's not how it actually works. I mean, we're getting into something deeper here, but and all that stuff. It's like you're trying to come up with the AI strategy for making good art. Like you think that you can just analyze all good art ever, and then based on your analyzation, you come up with like a value that you can express. And that's not how it is. That's not how it is.
Anonymous, we're not finished, but we're close. I just had to piss, so I threw on a Ev No Song video. I guess that's what he's called now.
And we're not talking about like caring in the sense of like, I care more than you because I expanded the depth of my attention and detail and I add these tiny little details and you don't do that. And that's why my art's better. That's technicality. Has nothing to do with the concept. Has nothing to do with the concept. Care about the concept. Take care of the concept. Treat the concept like it's a living, treat it like it's a baby. Treat it like it's a baby. Treat it like it needs to be taken care of, nurtured, fed. Treat it like that. All right, I'm searching.
Searching for what?
Love in all the wrong
right, so
places.
What? These guys, they're all like, I do this little extra step and you don't do that. And that's why my art's good and you don't deserve to be successful. I do, right? They're doing I can, you can't, right? So annoying. And then they say it's impossible to be original because they can't think of anything new because all they do is take stuff they already know and take bits and pieces and try to give us something, a new combination of those bits and pieces. And it's like, well, yeah, that's probably why art is so unfulfilling now.
Damn.
Yeah, this is a particularly strange one. And then again, they all are. All right.
You're telling me that a video from a schizophrenic person is strange?
They're all strange in their own ways. But also kind of the same way. He's always talking about like a slightly different version of the same thing, which is the latest reason that the voices in his head are fucking him over today. Whatever he's trapped arguing with the voices in his head about. All right, what can I listen to that won't get me copyright claimed? More piano song. I'm getting a lot done. I don't know that he's schizophrenic, Bushnada. That's just my personal opinion, but I don't know if it's schizophrenia so much as dissociative identity disorder, but he's constantly arguing
Thank you,
with
the
himself.
American psychological community.
Ooh, Demon Souls, Maiden in Black, and character creation. Oh, right, I'm waiting on a fucking handbrake. I forgot. That has 6 minutes left. Okay. That can wait. What can I watch for 6 minutes? Won't get me copyright claimed.
What's a Josh Weissman video?
Somebody surely has made some kind of cool AMV to this song or something, right? Let's see. And I saw another mighty angel coming down from heaven. He was robed in a cloud and it faded away too fast. Why have so much text? There we go. Bird tried to bite me. No biting. I would have screamed. No biting. No! What's up?
Said I'm a gun.
You are good. Dum, 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 dum. I've never heard a version of that song with lyrics, but I don't like it. I spent 4 years animating on a 3DS. Okay. This is fucking 35 minutes long. Never mind. Good night, Bushnada. We did it. We fucking hand broke the video. All right. Way to go. Where is the hand broken file? There it is. Thrice upon a time. Listen to some fucking Phantasy Star 3 song, maybe.
Round of the cycle you're watching. In a sense, Evangelion is a story about coming to understand the universe. Completely by way of ending it in a singularity and then deciding what the next universe is going to be. Based on your understanding of the previous one.
Cosmic Blue with $5 suggested Lagrange Point Stinkfist synthwave. Interesting. I assume that's the Tool song. Let's do it. It really does sound like a synthwave version of Stinkfist by Tool. That's incredible. I didn't realize how easy it was to make something sound like a synthwave version of itself.
Deciding what the next universe is going to be based on your understanding of the previous one. In that sense, you could think of Shinji from the Rebuild movies as being the version of In that sense, you could think of Shinji from the Rebuild movies as being the version of himself that Shinji
But not enough, I need more. Nothing seems to satisfy. Again, I don't want it. I just need it to breathe, to feel, to know. Nothing deeper than the borderline. Show me what you let me and we'll be alone together. Rewind, turn around and take mine.
movies as being the version of himself that Shinji would have decided to be if he had been able to go back and tell himself what to do at the end of the original show.
Getting comfort deeper than you, and you might want me any other way. But not enough, I need more. Nothing seems to satisfy. Again, I don't want it, I just need it to breathe, to feel, to know.
The original show. The Rebuild movies are definitely that for Hideaki Anno. Nope. Inward spirals are not limited to apocalyptic epics. Welcome to the NHK.
Oh, right. I talk about other stuff other than Eva at the end of this, too.
Inward spirals are not limited to apocalyptic epics.
Something kinda sad about the way things have come to be. Desensitized to everything, lacking in the subtlety. How could this be I'll keep digging till I feel something. Shoulder deeper than the borderline. Something deeper than the borderline. Turn around.
I thought I had... Oh, here we go. This is the one. That was a cool version of that song. I dig it. It's a good way to get past copyright without having to use 8-bit.
Epics. Welcome to the NHK is another story that starts with a broad lens on a small person's life, and it keeps getting smaller and it keeps getting.
I have a fun question.
Yes.
What is your J.K. Rowling name based on your ethnicity?
What J.K. What?
What is your J.K. Rowling name based on your ethnicity?
Oh, like
Like Cho Chang.
Yeah, or
Seamus McFinnigan, or whatever the fuck his name is. Seamus McCarbombs.
well, being white, I guess it would be like
No. Like go deeper than that. It's not just white. You know, Irish are white.
White American British. I don't have anything that's not just like British or white, like American.
You're right. I completely forget. You were here on the. Your family was here on the Mayflower.
I guess I have a small amount of the Ukrainian Jews, so it would maybe.
Are they Ukrainian Jews? Is that?
It's like Ukrainian or Russian, like that area. Yeah,
okay. Oh.
Ashkenazi. That's the one. It's like a small
what
amount.
Would your J.K. Rowling name be? Let's mix British and Ukrainian Jews.
Literally like Ashkenazi.
Fuck.
Ashley Kenazi. That would be it. I'd be Ashley Kenazi.
Based on me being mostly German and Polish, I'm gonna say mine would be Hans Judah.
Hans Judah. And yeah, Ashley Kenazi. That would be our J.K. Rowling names.
Fuck. I can't believe I came up with Hans Judah off the bat. It's
a good one.
I'm a better writer than J.K. Rowling.
You just gotta prove it. You gotta write a good book. It won't be hard to be better than a Harry Potter book. Fuck, Mike, welcome to the NHK. What would you write a book about if you were going to write a book?
So, I don't know, but you know, I kind of jumped to the J.K. Rowling. Wizards are fun, but and a big part of that is the first books I ever read were the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I got into a book series that were called like The Blank Heir. Let me see who they were written by. The one that stuck with me the most was called The Wizard Heir, and they're by a person named Cinda Williams Kaima, or Chima. I'm not sure which one. But it's basically all the different books are like the Wizard Heir, the Warrior Heir, the Dragon Heir. There's a bunch of different kinds of heir. Like,
you're saying you would rip this off?
I don't know if I would rip it off. I'd probably rip it off and Harry Potter off and Artemis Fowl off.
Okay, so you want to write a young adult magic book?
I'm not going to try to write a book that doesn't make any money.
Okay, so you're going to try to write a young adult magic book. I got you. This is smart. You're smart thinking. All right, who's the main character of your book?
Ooh. See, I don't want to. I don't like starting from the beginning. I was actually thinking about this the other day. Like, I don't want to. If I create a property, I don't want to start from the beginning. I want to start from the end.
Okay.
I want to know where it goes first.
Okay, but who's the main character? Is there not a main character? It doesn't have to be a main character.
I don't know what power system I want to work with. I don't know what kind of funds.
So you want to figure out the world before you figure out the characters.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is it set in school?
I feel like it'd be a lot more fun to have like a homeless dude.
Okay,
you know?
A homeless teenager though,
or
is he an adult?
Dude. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I'm not concerned about their gender. Is it a kid or a grown person?
What's young adult? So it has to at least be a teenager.
Okay.
Or
So
like a thousands years old.
a homeless teen like Denji from Chainsaw Man. Is it set in our world or another world, or our world just with magic, or like a totally different world?
Our world slightly different.
Okay.
I feel like those are the kinds of worlds I enjoy the most, of like historical fiction or magical fiction.
What time period is this set in?
Now, the
Current day. What
like,
country?
California.
Okay, so you want to set a story Southern California or Northern California?
Because that's got. That's a good question. I think Southern California, because they got more homeless.
Okay, so you want. Well, do you want like San Francisco or like
no, that's
San
not,
Diego,
no,
like
yeah,
LA?
San Diego area.
Okay, so you want a Magic San Diego.
Or like Percy Jackson, like that kind of like alt.
How open is the magic? Do you want it to be like it's basically our world literally, but there's secretly magic, or like our world has been different for a while because of magic?
I think a better question is how obscured is the magic in the universe?
Sure.
Because when you think like in Harry Potter, they can just kind of like whisk it away. In the Sorcerer Heir. No. I'm sorry. In Percy Jackson, it's the Mist. I don't know if you ever read the Percy Jackson books. You probably didn't. It wasn't your age range. In the Percy Jackson books, there's this thing called the Mist. I think it's Percy Jackson. I don't quite remember which thing I'm.
Okay, but which one do you want to do though?
I don't know if it's more interesting to have magic be obscured or just have to hide it,
But you don't want it to be open. You don't want it to just be something everybody does.
No, that's boring.
Okay.
The whole point of these young adult magic books is like it's
Hidden
not
world.
everyone.
Yeah, it's you are a part of a special few, and you're part of like an in club. Okay. So, what club is it about, or is it about a bunch of clubs? You want to do K, but in San Diego?
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe something like that.
Okay.
I think more of like the Waypoint Witch.
Okay.
Of like a dude who's just kind of
Nobody knows what that means.
I know, but you do, and that's what's important.
So you're not trying to focus on like a bunch of teams or anything. You're focused on, you do want a main character.
I want the teams to exist.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think the main character has to be a part of the teams.
Okay, so he's just like a free agent in a world full of teams.
Yeah. Well, and so like a thing with K is you have to be like subject to one of the kings.
Right.
I think it would be more fun to have just like a bunch of different schools of magic
Mhm.
that, like you normally would learn and advance in that one school of magic is like Pokemon types, kind of.
Yeah.
A silly way to put it, but like
Kusomega kind of has this.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But kind of like a, jack of all trades, let's say.
Yeah, okay.
You're good at asking probing questions.
Well, I'm good at writing, and I know you can write a good book. I just have to ask you enough questions in a row. Is it possible to write a book you hate so much that hatred would manifest into an overpouring of creativity that somehow makes the book great? Yeah. I wrote this light novel in like a day. It sucks that I hate it, but
I'll be honest, that would be anything I wrote.
Yeah, it's hard to like your writing until it's done, in my opinion. Like I can like it after I look back on it, and if I like something I wrote was funny, I'm like, that was cool, Like Kusomega was basically a shitpost for me up until the exact moment when I decided on what the plot twist at the end of the first book would be, and then it was like, now this is a real story to me. Like it just flipped from goofy shitpost into meaningful thing in that moment. But most of what I've written is like mid. But I think it doesn't matter if Bird doesn't like his writing. If I can keep getting him to do it, then I just end up with a book that I can sell. And then he could be like, "Oh, you guys all read that garbage?"
You're not the first person to have this opinion. I can guarantee you
Yeah,
that.
well, that's fine. I know how to ask the right questions. I'm sure I could pull a San Diego-based K with a homeless Denji main character.
I don't know if I want it to be Denji.
Like cooler, like maybe more like you, like a skateboarding guy. Like
yeah, I definitely want the weapon to be somewhat longboard associated.
I want it to be a guy who's just always skateboarding around town. Like, and so he's got like a lot of mobility because he's always on the move. And like most people kind of stop and start with their vehicle. Like they're not just carrying their vehicle. So like it gives you a different type of mobility to have a skateboard where you really can just like go scene to scene.
Important.
Like
not a skateboard.
Longboard. Okay. So he's going to be cruising. He's not trying to do tricks.
It's a mode of transportation.
Yeah.
/ a weapon.
Right.
Skateboards are not good weapons.
That's true. So okay. So is he going to fight with a longboard?
Yes.
Okay. So he's going to have a badass. This is obviously now we've got our main character. He's a homeless guy who fights with a longboard. Homeless, like 19-year-old, we'll say, 18, 17.
Young adult, let's say like 15 or 16.
I don't think you can sell.
Okay.
That as widely. Well, I don't know. Maniac McGee was kind of homeless.
Manic.
It's fucking Maniac.
Is it Maniac?
His name is Maniac McGee.
We had this argument. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I always thought it was Manic.
Oh, it says, well, can you make him write it? Well, we're about to find
That's
out.
the
aren't we?
idea. Yeah, he should be fucking right. It's not just a weapon. The point of it should not be that it's a
No,
weapon.
write it. Can I make you write it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you should be fucking writing.
Jesus Christ, I'm being bullied.
That's what I thought you were about to say. I was like, damn, you really you're like, yeah, fucking make me write that shit. I finished my beers. I need more beer. I'm gonna go get another beer. Do you want a beer? What's up?
I guess I'll take another beer.
All right. Since you don't seem to be tired enough to go to bed yet. Well, let me play something while I get up. Right, I had the Welcome to the NHK trailer. Or clip or whatever that I'm about to play. Donkey Kong Country 2. Why is Cowboy Bebop the whole movie here on YouTube? Cosmic Blue is now sending me Lagrange points for the sake of concentration and focus. I'll do it. Eulogy, another Tool song adaptation. The first Konatus Healing Spring. Never noticed the girl waving her arms in the background. All right, Lagrange point eulogy. I bet it's gonna sound like. Oh shit! Sounds like Mortal Kombat music like this, actually.
Small person's life, and it keeps getting smaller until it implodes and has to explode back outwards. Serial experiments length back out keeps getting smaller until it implodes and has to explode back outwards.
Yeah, a lot to say. Yeah, a lot of nothing to say on this one.
Because I feel it's been long enough. My favorite characters in Pluto are Gesicht, or Mont Blanc. And if you want to know which is which, super chat. Or, sorry, third option, Astro Boy after he dies and is brought back to life.
Ooh,
Adam, sorry, Adam. It's not spoilers. The fucking comic's been out. The manga's been out for 20 years. Or 10 years at least.
Not to mention it's based on a 50-year-old story arc, a 60-year-old story arc, whatever. 70-year-old story arc? However the fuck old Astro Boy is.
It's been out for a while. If you don't know what happens in Pluto, it's your problem, not mine. And I'm gonna be honest. If you don't know what happens in an anime that came out this year, and I do, it's your problem, not mine.
You don't know what happened in an anime the episode that just aired. I'm like, well, you didn't watch it. You didn't watch it while it was airing. You can't complain about spoilers. That's the rules.
Hey, guess what? Yuta Akatsu takes over. I'm gonna do it again. Gojo Satoru's body with his he literally like consumes Kenjaku to take his brain stealing technique, and then takes over Gojo Satoru's body, and then loses against what's the fucking guy's name? Sukuna. And that's where we're at in Jujutsu Kaisen currently.
The best thing about spoiling Jujutsu Kaisen is that something can sound like the biggest spoiler in the world, and it's like, yeah, but the story's not over yet.
We're on a break until the 21st.
You can't really spoil it till that fucker's over.
Serial Experiments Lane raises an interesting question as to what kind of story it is. It is perhaps an outward spiral that collapses and falls back in on itself and then has to explode back out again at the end of the complete cycle. Maybe I'm fucking insane.
This is too long.
And then has to explode back out again at the end of the complete cycle. Maybe I'm fucking insane. Cycle.
This part sounds groovy as fuck in this style. Like, this is a totally different vibe from the original song, but it really works.
Maybe I'm fucking insane. Anyway, let me know if this thought experiment made any sense whatsoever to you in the comments. If you can think of other great examples of how...
We're almost at the very end, y'all. We're pretty much in the final bit. I could pretty much put anything I want for this last moment here. What should I put for the very last? What should I just put for this?
If you can think of other great examples of outward spiral and inward spiral storytelling, let me know about them. And always remember to never forget anime forever.
No, Anonymous, you should just ignore the number 1 there. That's just a gimmick of this program. It starts with 1. It doesn't start with 0. So surprised when you hear your own new love. Had a lot to say, had a lot of nothing to say, had a lot to say. Had a lot of nothing to say. Do, 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 do. Come down off your fucking cross.
We need that empty space to nail the next full mother. What should I put in the spot for the very end? Let's see what I have hand broken. What about Brigadoon? Is that a good example of outward or inward spiral storytelling? To have said you must die, you must be crucified.
だから知らないって皆さん今日の
Almost done. I'm gonna be rendering and uploading.
連絡網で明日以降のことは回しますので各自自宅
It's about cycle. All right, good enough for me. We're using Brigadoon footage just because this show is uniquely popular with my chat, by which I mean uniquely popular with Oraluna. I've always wanted to watch this show. I've only seen the first couple episodes, but it starts off with so much energy. Definitely grabs your attention right off the bat. I'm trying to look for a good spirally moment. Shows a really neat aesthetic. Definitely looks ahead of its time. It looks a lot nicer than most other 2000s. Most other anime from the year 2000, I should say. And if you could think of other great examples of outward spiral and inward spiral storytelling, let me know about them. And always remember to never forget anime forever. You know what? That's a hilarious enough scene to be worth using. Let's just use that. I like that. That was hilarious. Never forget anime forever. And we'll just kind of fade out on this bizarre Statue of Liberty image that plays right afterwards. Oh, I guess I should probably add music to this whole thing, shouldn't I? I don't know. I don't think it needs it. Made any sense whatsoever to you in the comments. And if you could think of other great examples of outward spiral and inward spiral. Actually, no, I think music would be too distracting for this video because the words themselves are already fucking confusing. This video is alarmingly strange. So I think I'm going to leave it without music. Especially, I don't want to have to find 15 whole minutes worth of fucking song changes for this. It wasn't built with music in mind, so... Alright, y'all, we're going to watch this. We're going to watch this all the way through and make sure that it's good. 15.5 minutes. I'll see you on the other fucking side. It might seem weird to compare Jujutsu Kaisen against Neon Genesis Evangelion, considering the shows are neither especially similar nor different enough to be considered as something like opposites. They are both action shows that involve the main character having to sort of control some sort of berserk monster in order to maybe prevent the apocalypse, but the similarities basically end there. I am presenting these shows not as opposites in theme or tone or subject matter, but rather in the style of storytelling that each one uses to reveal its world and characters. I don't know if these are necessarily the most perfect examples that I could have used to explain this whole idea. Maybe I could have found shows that seem more instinctively similar or dissimilar in other ways, but hopefully the point of choosing these two shows will become apparent once I start describing the ways in which these stories function. Making an extreme generalization, I think there are two shapes that a story can take: a circle or a spiral. And a spiraling story can either be presented as an inward spiral or an outward spiral. I'm going to explain all of this until it makes sense. I swear to your waifu. So Dan Harmon, who co-created Rick and Morty, created Community, was head writer on both of those shows. He popularized the idea of the story circle as a simplification of the concept of the hero's journey, which was famously conceived by Joseph Campbell in his book The Hero with 1,000 Faces. Story circles are founded in the historical sense of continued continuity, the idea that every story leads directly into another story, which inevitably hits many of the same beats as the previous story, because there's only so many ways that events can be structured to tell a naturally satisfying story. Circles of different sizes, sometimes with smaller circles inside of them, can be drawn around segments of larger stories to show the patterns of their author's thoughts every single time, often down to the page. Dan Harmon uses the circle as a shortcut to structuring episodes of TV shows specifically, and I would say that individual chapters or arcs of comics and books are usually pretty much defined by the closing of small circles. However, there are ways to build your story circle such that the greater sensation of the story is not that of one gigantic circle full of smaller circles, but instead of an oblong spiral moving inward toward singularity or outward toward infinity. Now, some of you might be thinking a spiral is a spiral. It can't be an inward or an outward spiral. It's a matter of perspective, which is true. So it's important that we consider the perspectives of the characters and of the audience in determining whether a story is following a spiral inward or outward. I'm going to use multiple examples in making my point, but ultimately presenting Jujutsu Kaisen as the premier example of outward spiral storytelling and Evangelion as a premier example of inward spiral storytelling. Part 1, the outward spiral. If you know anything at all about the alternative rock band Tool, you probably know about this one song they have called Lateralis that's structured around the Fibonacci sequence, the golden spiral, created by continually adding a number to the previous number. In these lyrics, singer Maynard James Keenan compares the human experience to the outward spiral of the Fibonacci sequence, because we all begin with a very limited ability to perceive reality, which expands as we grow in a literal, physical, and mental sense. The lyrics continue into a mantra when Keenan seems to be shouting at himself to spiral out, keep going, because reaching for the random or whatever will bewilder me, following my will and whim, I may just go where no one's been. Spiral out, keep going. I have always taken this song as a matter of personal ethos. Now, when I talk about spirals in storytelling, Gurren Lagann is the anime that's obviously literally built in the structure of a spiral. The imagery of the drill even pervades all of its designs. Thematically, the message of the series is even pretty similar to that of the song Lateralis by Tool. However, this video isn't about the themes of the show, except for specifically in how the structure of the show reflects those themes. The first episode of Gurren Lagann forms a perfect story circle. We learn everything there is to know about our two main characters, whose only stated goal is to escape their underground village, and then we see them escape at the end of the episode, leaving the rest of the story to essentially be invented out of the questions that were raised by the nature of their escape. The intrusion of Vagan men into their town can be seen on the show's timeline as the place where the next story circle intersects with the first one on the Great Story Venn diagram chain spiral. So the first episode is our singular point. Add to that another singular point, episode 2. We introduce a new goal, capture a Ganmen, and we complete that circle by the episode's end. But in the third episode, Kamina faces an opponent who survives the encounter and does not accomplish a specific stated goal, opening up the story to feel inconclusive at the end of the episode for the first time. The episode's story still follows a circular structure in and of itself, but it leaves the feeling that this smaller circle only transgressed but so far into a bigger circle that we have entered along with it. In the same way that if you're just reading the Fibonacci sequence out by numbers, the jump from 8 to 13 feels so much more substantial than the jumps that you had earlier in the spiral. Gurren Lagann has such a huge change in circumstances in its 8th episode, and the closing of such a larger circle than before, that our whole conception of the story feels significantly larger by the time we come around to episode 13. However, Gurren Lagann is only 26 episodes long, and I would say that it's fashioned more in the spiral of a drill than in the fashion of a Fibonacci spiral, which isn't the same. What I mean by this is that while each rung on a drill's spiral covers a longer distance around than the previous one, it only travels the same amount upward each time. When you get toward the end of Gurren Lagann, the scale of each episode keeps increasing proportionally to the last every episode, capping out at the widest rung it conceivably could reach on the story spiral by the final episode. This makes for an incredibly hype run of television and a very fun way to just drill through every layer of a story spiral in rapid succession, but it's not as pure a realization of the outward spiral as a storytelling style as Jujutsu Kaisen is. Like in the case of Gurren Lagann, the first episode of Jujutsu Kaisen establishes everything necessary to know about its protagonist and essentially tells an open and shut story, with the intrusion of a larger story into it marking a total disconnect between the former life of the characters and their new ones. After that, the structure of the story gets very weird. It keeps seeming to shift gears in the early episodes, before settling into this very domestic level arc about a kid who befriends the protagonist and is corrupted by evil by the antagonist until they have to fight to the death.
To Airy Rude Boy. Yes, I manually edit out all the silences.
Sort of. Not dissimilarly to Gurren Lagann, the whole tone and feeling of Jujutsu Kaisen shifts as it transpires from arc to arc. But unlike in Gurren Lagann, and more similarly to in Homestuck, which would take too long to explain, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Reaching each new rung of Jujutsu Kaisen's spiral takes as long to reach as following the spiral in real time, rather than hopping across them up the drill. Another way of putting it is that Gurren Lagann uses the spiral shape as a tool that pierces through the story, whereas in Jujutsu Kaisen, the story follows its main character running up the spiral, traveling its pathway into infinity. One way of putting it dismissively is that it takes a long time for something to happen that feels like it really matters in Jujutsu Kaisen. But every time it happens, it shakes the entire foundation of how the audience and the characters understand the story. And moreover, those realizations are made satisfying because of just how much legwork it took to reach them. Gurren Lagann may be a hell of a marathon watch, but Jujutsu Kaisen has that One Piece ability of being just so complicated and so large of a story that a revelation which recontextualizes everything has a lot more implications and will spiral the viewers inwardly to a lot more thought than what Gurren Lagann was capable of in its only 26 episodes. And yes, One Piece is also an outward spiral story, but like Homestuck is too old and too long for me to use in my 2024 anime video. Jujutsu Kaisen's Shibuya arc feels bigger than the entire show preceding it, right from the beginning. There's so many new and established elements at play, so much higher stakes, and such a different understanding on the viewer's part of the full situation after seeing the backstory arc that came right before it, that when the really crazy shit starts happening at the back end of this arc, it feels like none of that would have even happened if any of those people had any idea what was really going on. Without spoiling much, but leaping deeper into the manga, eventually we reach a point in the story where even the characters who most understand what is happening are learning new shit that recontextualizes their understanding of what's going on in the story. You have this sense that even though the characters are working against one another in their conflicts, the universe of the story itself is conspiring to bring all of them further and further up the spiral through infinity. Now, describing this might not sound like that unusual a form of storytelling, and it isn't necessarily, especially for epic thrillers full of recontextualizing revelations. However, I think it is rare that a series is so thematically dedicated to realizing the concept of the outward spiral. Jujutsu Kaisen can be frustrating for me for just how much of the story's logic has to be parsed through its vague language to understand why any of the shit that's happening is possible. It feels like solving a math equation, and what the characters are doing is often bordering on science, so the answers aren't even clear to them in the moment. Even the fans who study this manga like scripture have lots of lingering questions about certain functions that they're hoping will be addressed by the end of the story. And author Gege Akutami has done well to keep his cards close to his chest, with the audience at this point knowing about as much as any of the characters in the story do about what's going on, and that being less than what the author must know. This revelatory aspect is, in my opinion, completely integral to Jujutsu Kaisen's success. If, after the audience had to puzzle out all this bullshit and try to wrap their heads around it, Gege just introduced some new god-tier character who knows exactly what's happening and gives the heroes the knowledge they need to resolve the conflict, the story would immediately go to complete shit. However, Jujutsu Kaisen does a great job of making you feel like all of the cards are already on the table. You know who the very most powerful characters are from the very early into the story, and it becomes that their attempts to deal with one another are what ripple out to define the rest of all the other relationships and events in the series. It feels like you're discovering how things work along with the characters, and it makes it that much more satisfying to see how characters will react to the revelations made by other characters. So that's outward spiral storytelling, where we just keep learning more and more and more and more until we learn something so crazy it changes all the other information. What about if we go the other way? Part 2, the inward spiral. So how is Neon Genesis... something so crazy it changes all the other information. What about if we go the other way? Part 2, the inward spiral. So how is Neon Genesis Evangelion the opposite of any of that? I'm sure you could apply a lot of what I just said to Ava if you wanted to, but for the sake of this analytical thought experiment, I'm going to present how the overall feeling of Ava's story is that of spiraling inward towards singularity instead of spiraling outward toward infinity, if there really is a difference in those things. Scientists sometimes theorize that the universe expands is that of spiraling inward towards singularity
You okay here, program?
instead of those things. Scientists sometimes theorize that the universe expands and contracts over its life like a giant space lung. Space keeps expanding until negative space hyperdense black holes which begin inhaling all of the other space around them until they explode in a big bang and begin to expand all over again. Theoretically, the universe began and will end with the construction of a supermassive black hole that big bangs into another universe. If the outward spiral story is about going and going and going until entropy takes you, the inward spiral is about getting sucked into the hyperdense collision of all reality right when it's about to blow. I touched on the nature of apocalyptic anime stories in a video I haven't released yet called Everything is Devilman, but Evangelion and Devilman are both so specifically cyclical that the only way they've ever been sequelized is by restarting the story with just slight differences over and over in the universe next door, following the story to similar conclusions. Watching Evangelion, it takes forever to feel like anything is particularly happening. Its first episode is not a complete circle at all. It ends in the heat of the action. And its second episode interrupts that circle even further by jumping ahead in time to a totally different story circle and then completing that first one in a flashback, all seemingly to undercut the feeling of completeness in that story. Now, there are some more standard feeling story circles in a lot of the middle episodes to keep the show feeling entertaining, but it still feels like the story is just establishing its status quo by the time you're halfway fucking into it. You meet a ton of characters in this first half, and you understand all of them to be working in service of rescuing humanity from the menace of the angels, but it's also obvious that everyone has their own intentions and motivations that they're not talking about. Episode after episode, we feel like we're trying to get into these people's heads and understand why these things are happening the way they are, even though the situation itself is only changing in what I would describe as non-historical ways from the viewer's perspective, episode after episode. This changes completely in the show's second half, when suddenly it feels like every episode is revealing someone's real motivations or intentions, giving us a whole new understanding of everything we saw before. Unlike in Jujutsu Kaisen, where we feel like we have a similar grasp of the situation to the characters who are causing that situation to change, in Evangelion we are constantly realizing how the characters have been keeping one another from the truth, and how everything that happened already was exactly as someone or other intended. By the time Shinji or the audience knows exactly what is going on in this story, it's already time for Shinji to make the only decision that really has any consequences in the story, which changes depending on which version of the story or which round of the cycle you're watching.
All of that can also be said about Madoka Magica.
In a sense, Evangelion is a story about coming to understand the universe completely by way of ending it in a singularity, and then deciding what the next universe is going to be based on your understanding of the previous one. In that sense, you could think of Shinji from the Rebuild movies as being the version of himself that Shinji would have decided to be if he had been able to go back and tell himself what to do at the end of the original show. The Rebuild movies are definitely that for Hideaki Anno. Now, inward spirals are not limited to apocalyptic epics. Welcome to the NHK is another story that starts with a broad lens on a small person's life, and it keeps getting smaller until it implodes and has to explode back outwards. Serial Experiments Lain raises an interesting question as to what kind of story it is. Perhaps an outward spiral that collapses and falls back in on itself and then has to explode back out again at the end, the complete cycle? Maybe I'm fucking insane. Anyway, let me know if this thought experiment made any sense whatsoever to you in the comments. And if you could think of other great examples of outward spiral and inward spiral storytelling, let me know about them. And always remember to never forget anime forever.
We did it, gang. It's done. I'm happy with it. I don't think I need to change anything. I don't know if it makes any sense. I don't know if this video actually makes any sense. But the edit is good. That's what I really care about. I already resigned myself to the fact that the script didn't make any sense before I started the edit. But now we're on the other side of that. But next is the most important question of all. Now we're about to get to the most difficult, the most scary part. Can this be uploaded safely to YouTube? Now, it's possible that I'm going to upload this shit. I'm going to have it fully monetized and publicly available, and then I'm going to go to bed, and then it's going to get blocked in the middle of the night. Nothing I can do if that happens. But if we can at least get to that stage, I will be happy. If we can get to a stage where it's at least been uploaded tonight before I go to bed and hasn't been blocked tonight before I go to bed, I will be happy. That's all I want. We also have to figure out a thumbnail, which I'll probably do after the render is done because I don't want to open up Krita while the computer's trying to render. I don't think it will be able to handle that. Oh man! Oh fuck! This will wake me back up. Is Bird the outward spiral to your inward spiral because you like Ava and he like JJK? I don't know. I think stories innately kind of pick a perspective on something that normally you would always be doing both of. The fuck is this? What the hell is release topic? Okay, it's somebody called Poshjoy. I just saw 24 views, and I'm like, why is this being recommended to me? It's something called Jellyfish with 24 views. All right. I get why it's called Jellyfish.
You get put on the spot and you're supposed to be talking about something, but you don't know what to talk about. Like this very moment.
That's right. That's what's going on right now.
Huh?
That's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You'll be okay.
It's just something I put fun.
Yeah.
Playing with pencils for fun?
We're playing with pistols for fun. Mama said don't rely on no gun. That's why I'm fading you bums. Labels say that I'm fatal to fun. When I die, I want all my enemies to take a side and say RP. And everyone that I don't fuck with, all of a sudden start fucking with me. Incredible. Took an edible and thought my keyboard butted to me. Oh, you think you up and coming G? Nah, up and comings really think they mean.
Go my alt channel, Nux Taku.
Yo, I won't take a plea. But you jump into my destiny. Post verified, cause these niggas really think a handle can handle me. It's the young black Ali G. Falling off before I catch a feed. Hit the mirror, let me down with ease, baby.
Trixie, mommy, dummy arc. What is this a response to? Oh, just me being like generally mean. No, thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let me go back. No, I didn't want to click on that. God damn it. Look at that little fat free run. Jiggle the coffee free run. Cough free run. Cough free run. You felt bad when I dismissed which guy offhand? I've dismissed many people offhand. Dismissed. Nux Taku? I don't think I've ever dismissed Nux Taku, have I? I don't know that guy. This dude. He's like mega popular. I don't see any videos here that I am curious to click on, though. Most savage anime mind breaks. I don't know, he's probably fine. Oh, I just didn't like one of his videos. That sounds right. I mean, I'm sure he as a person is fine. I know he's always been chill with Nate.
You think you know me?
Relax.
So good. So good to me. I love him so much.
All right. We've made it past the render. Oh wait, I'm uploading this to the wrong channel. No, kill, make it die. None of that. Okay. I should be able to switch channels because I'm not streaming from YouTube. I'm streaming from Streamlabs. Yeah. My dude broke college friend made me watch Shinsekai Yuri. You can't trust everyone. That's funny.
You think you First time I heard this beat, I knew I had to do it dirty. I caught these things with all these birds, I feel like Mr. Furley. I'ma keep
No
on rocking
spirals.
this ain't things like I can afford detergent. These niggas hopping on my dick, I hope they love a curvy. I used to tell my mama, wake me up around 7:30.
Actually, let's call it Spiral Storytelling.
Used to ride these glasses, run these crackers, my vision wasn't blurry. Only way to be safe on these streets, gotta keep it black and dirty. Can't just be black and worthy. Gotta be something, gotta keep up with suckers, can't be no turkey. Gotta keep moving, gotta keep shaking. These niggas don't know me personally. Can't let no fuck nigga hurt me 5'9", but I feel like Kendrick Perkins, bitch. This your rain, I tarnished it. Show up where your partner is. Looking like Dewey, he don't want no parts in this. Brady's roaches street like Joe's apartment. How you doing, baby? I've been pursuing, baby.
It might seem weird to compare Jujutsu Kaisen against
Cosmic Blue. I don't know if you were here before, but don't fall for the troll. Weedhole Chungus, just butthole weed. Don't let yourself be fooled.
Neon Genesis Evan. All of the main necessarily hopefully the point or right or another different side takes determining whether viral keeps building essentially to leaves by every about it reach putting it takes the reach if you might seriously would by going on, and that being less than what the Ami thing is, especially hiring to understanding them further full of recontextualizing revelations. However, I think it is rare that a series is so thematically dedicated to realizing that's happening to keep his cards around become more of the sometimes inhaling all of the other bangs in his collisional man give and then to go back or understand time for Shinjing that happened already was exactly as someone consequences in the story, which changes depending on which audience knows exactly what is going on in this story. It's already time for how are as to over 7 gets into another.
How you rapping all your life and you ain't proper? How you trying to be a punk but you ain't Marshall? How you trying to book a tour but you ain't pop? Nigga think you Steph Curry, boy you little Goskins, pop filter, bump stocking, one shot turn Steve Bannon into Steve Harvey, R. Kelly Gigolo on dope pilot. I don't fuck with little kids, bitch, I ain't Woody Allen. How you let a nigga run you out your own city? How you never catch a win but you catch a feeling?
Tobias Chung.
Put a price on your head, send my niggas fishing. Boy, you really Craig Mack, but you think you did. He put this fuck nigga in a bag, he the new Missy. How you let a nigga call you nigga? Turn it up a little bit. Keep going. No, turn it up. More money, less fame, push my tracks yourself, get your money, baby, keep doing you. Step out of line and show these plexigles what the Ruger do. Now who is you? Double barrel, twin magic, hit the W, go through the roof. Bass swell up and go through the coop. Pacing at this nigga house like Peggy finna hula hoop. Lines around the block feel like Super Tuesday. Ballad of Biden, baby, we need new things. Making love to your girl, pulling tracks out the strings. Pat the weave, I gotta water the soil before I plant the seed. Lots of information in these bars and schemes. These niggas face it. All they know is jokes and memes. Now let's face it. You hate me because you ain't me. You think because I mentioned horns, we the same type of dweeb. Flipped up in your face when I catch you off key. This is how it tastes when you talk and don't read. Nipples on my suit, I'm looking for Mr. Freeze, cut the green. I don't got fans, I got fiends, what you mean? Show up to the studio, I'm dressed like Harley Quinn. I don't want no picture, give a fuck about your scene. Stitches getting Christian, hope you rat up on your team. Tell me all your secrets, part one, little B. Tony Braxton Pistol had him talking in his sleep. These niggas don't rap, they incriminate on beat. All I do is spit fast, get money, make heat. Spit up in her ass, let her know that I'm a freak, don't speak. Listen, come on.
God damn it. Why is it fake transparent?
I'll be a Superman, I'll be a Batman, call me Bruce Wayne again. I'll be an Aquaman, even a Martian man, call me Steel in a man. It's a parent, yeah. Oh, the Avengers, man, snapping my fingers now. I guess I don't stand. When you need him in the jam, name around for him. I guess I'll be my hero right now.
God damn it, I can't find a good picture of a Sukuna that's transparent except for this one that's not actually transparent. Still not actually transparent. Ugh! What a pain in the ass. Why does it even list stuff that's not transparent when I look for transparent? Son of a fucking bitch. Anyone know a better place I could find a transparent image of Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen? It was under color. Oh yeah. Alright. Let's see if that created a more absolute... I don't really need the words full body in there. I really would love this image, but I've only found it these 2 uploads of it that are not actually transparent.
Supreme team fitted box logo over the T. I make your rat ass man pick up his beam. I can't believe these bitches spilling Earl Grey over me. I stepped up out the house strapped just like Quan Chi. These lyrics are a mousetrap. Jerry was chasing cheese. Uncle Tom's on the road. Grab the 5th, making plea. Try to write your testimony.
I guess I could use somebody other than Sukuna.
Stuttering like Timothy. Best believe I'm chasing cheese. Secondhand smoking cooler pack, I'm Mr. Freeze. Beanie man, once she feel it, boy, forget that team. I'm always in control like Janet, I never sing. Limp wristed, licking shots at you bastards, I am a twink. Used to flip patties, now I'm flipping records like Bink. Almost got kicked out for dirty sink. Second fiddle playing their role, better than protagonists. Final flash to all you stragglers, I'm Prince for G. Got to be a boss bitch if your babies wanna eat. If you wanted it, I can get it. I'm ripping it off your screen, snatching it off your plate. Take your blessings and your dreams. The house all turned out like, bro. I can't believe these basic niggas can't follow my topics. What I'm supposed to do? Be done for you or keep making a profit? Simple rhyme ass niggas making me wanna stop it. Still all your thunder moving in and leave my shit in your socket. Shout out my family, my followers. No, they need a prophet. You pray to Allah Jehovah. I pray to Dallas Austin. No, there's a place beyond the pine like Ryan Gosling. To all my fans, I always love you like Dolly Parton. Ain't no plan, I make a beat and bleed in my scarlet. Gotta get this focus right, got to keep these vocals tight. If these niggas start to win, push the ref, grab the tights. Hangman in the ring and on the mic. These niggas try to steal my plays like the Astros every night. Barry Bonds at the plate, feel the juice on the mic. Niggas think I'm roided out, they just scared for their life, that's right.
I have no idea what to layer over this fucking background. The video is ready to go as soon as I have a thumbnail ready for it.
Yeah. All this money, all this money, all this money, all this money, yeah. All this money, all this money. Yeah, I know it hurts, I feel it shifting gears and I can't go back. Yeah. Money in my purse, homie, that's your rent, little nigga, that's not no stack. Young Kelly Ripper woke up early morning, thirst trapping dad. Young Michael straight cut through the lines and ain't straight for your gap. Nigga, where is your team at? Archie Bunker to these dingbats. Left home and brought rings back. Throw the carpet out the king bag. Hit the stage, yeah, I dream that. I be missing how the crowd react. Hop in the lift with a knife and a gat. Show out, we make sure you nap. Easy street, industry niggas be needing me. I'm on the edge like BDB. Once I get that champagne in me, this Kumo D-verse busy beat. Ha! Build my legacy. Ha ha! What you got for me? 14, half a O by midnight. I had 7 G. Smoke your bitch out when I'm in town. Get her in my show for free. Freaky bitch, she kiss my neck and make me feel like Devin Heen. I mean Devin Head, bringing pressure with the pen. Strip the beat, break down the stairs, compress the busser. I feel like Anna Nicole getting paid. Off of these old niggas in the grave. I got a Desi and I got a K. BDB and Shanae. Spitting that pussy and look in the face. Call my main bitch Gina Payne. Beats, put your favorite artist in place. My baby love when I EQ the bass. You know you winning when you just and niggas gotta hate. Can't keep this pace. Eating good every day. Same hole, same space. Niggas singing like Case. I be in my own way. I wanna see my bitch get money and prosper every day. Yeah. Look. No shrimp life, but I'm a black beater. Slugs on me like Mars people. Korg say color Don Cheadle. Baby, you knew that this weapon was lethal. Fuck other rappers, we never been equal. Bustin' at niggas like Harrison Cleveland. Started a show, but you won't get a sequel. Compare and contrast. We got different contracts. Yeah. I own all my shit, you work for Craig Kellerman and Comcast. Young Inspector Gadget, you bitches get to pick up my slack. Ha ha! More breath in me. Your life don't mean shit to me. Last night I had an
fucking Beetlejuice or some shit.
I reappropriated bigotry. Got these crackers all up in their feelings. Bitch, I'm with the rack and VJ Sing. You ain't really ratchet, you a fucking flea. It's nasty. All this money, all this money. All this money, all this money. All this money, all this money. All this money, all this money.
They have called Lateralis that's structured around the Fibonacci sequence, the golden spiral. drill. Another way of putting it is that Grim way into infinity. Next door, following the story to similar conclusion. Okay, we just have to finish this thumbnail and this fucking thing is ready to go. Phones let you automatically create PNG cutouts and photos by holding the screen on the photo? That sounds crazy. I'm not on a phone though. How do I do that on a computer? Well, that's a WebP file. I don't need that. Hold on. I already have that one. You look up AT fields? No, I did not. Oh, I still have no idea what they actually are in the show. I mean, I know they're a metaphor for, you know, putting up your defenses literally in communication. I don't have any idea what they are in the context of Evangelion. Flynn, I don't use Photoshop, so that's not going to happen. We're going to do this the ghetto way, like I do everything. See what this thing does. No, I don't want to add a background. I want no background. Erase the back. Never mind. This doesn't work at all. Terrible. Something went wrong. What went wrong? Well, fuck you too, whatever you are. There's got to be one that'll do it. GIMP. I do have GIMP. And I have Krita. And I know I could just remove the background on Krita. But you know what that sounds like? It's a pain in the ass compared to simply finding one that is already done. Let's see what we can do. You know. Where do I want him at anyway? I just want him like Jeb Bush in it, like. There's got to be some kind of magic select tool on here, yeah. Contiguous selection tool. There we go.
We did it, gang. Problem solved. The real demon was laziness all along. That old dragon laziness. How the fuck? Why am I not grabbing the whole? I don't want the. Why can't I grab the whole? Oh, I still have part of it selected. That's why. No. There you go. Hey, where do I want this son of a bitch? I don't want him to block her eyes because her eyes add to it. But I feel like there needs to be more than this. Who else needs to be in this thumbnail? I feel like Karu's gay ass could end up in here, maybe. What do you think of this thumbnail right now?
Sukuna's not choke slamming Shinji.
You think he needs to be choke slamming Shinji? I don't think I can make that happen, but
No, I don't think so. Look, it's a chiropractic for a giraffe.
whoa.
His jaw was not moving too.
Amazing.
Good giraffe. Good giraffe. Good giraffe.
That is a very good giraffe. Giraffe's got big ass head.
They have big ass legs.
They got a big everything. Big motherfucker.
Giraffes be big.
Big giraffe.
Look how friendly the giraffe looks.
I want to be friends with a giraffe.
I would like to be friends with the giraffe.
They say they're really friendly.
Do they?
Yeah, they're supposed to be friends.
Let's be friends with the giraffes. I would like to be friends with a giraffe.
Let's do it.
I'm very tall like a giraffe.
You are like
Do you think the giraffe would be friends with me because I'm tall?
Probably.
I hope so.
I think it would be friends with you just because they're friendly, apparently.
Well, but would it be more friends with me because I'm tall?
Maybe.
Giraffe.
Giraffe. Drinking a giraffe out of a carafe. Alright, what do you think about this?
What is the point of the second hand?
What do you mean, what's the point of the second hand? It's in the picture.
Well, but...
Are you asking if there's a way I can get rid of his second hand?
Well,
Like,
the first one you showed... What do you mean? Oh, well... Who pointed out that Sukuna has 4 arms?
oh,
Are you aware of the fact that Sukuna has 4 arms?
I mean, there's a bunch of pictures where he's got 4 arms.
Okay,
This
so you're
one's got
pulling
2
from
arms.
something. Well, okay. No, I'm spoiling again.
Okay.
Sukuna be having 4 arms and 2 mouths. And maybe, no. Yeah, it's 2 mouths. There's one on his face and one on his stomach. And he has 4 arms. So that one of the mouths can constantly be speaking incantations, and one of the set of hands that's not fighting can constantly be doing weird domain jujutsu bullshit. Not all domain related, but I don't know. That's good. I didn't get why his hand was red, I guess.
It's just how it is in the picture. It makes it look good with the red background, though, I think. So it blends it together well.
Gundam.
Gundanium. The second hand makes it look like it's just the background because it's red. Makes the background look empty. Huh. Interesting. I don't see that at all. From my perspective, it looks completely separated. What program is this? It's Krita. It's kind of like if Photoshop was free. I can see more what you mean with this when it's like that small that you can't really make out Ray's head in the background. But I don't know. I don't think you really need to either. Evangelion is not the popular show that I'm using to sell this video. I like the way this overall fits the aesthetic of the video too, because you click on that and it goes right through to red, you know? Okay, amazingly it is still not blocked, it is still monetized. Any other links I need to add? Oh, I should really replace everything, all of my video descriptions with the fucking just the link tree. I'll do that another time. Make her boobs bigger. What if I could? Enough of that. All right. Gang, I think it's time to publish it. Let's publish it. Of course I'm uploading it on We Watch Anime. Okay, it's out. You can all go watch it now.
It might seem weird to compare Jujutsu Kaisen against Neon Genesis
Just like calling some birds.
Shows are neither especially similar
Yellow.
or different enough to be considered as something
What's up?
like opposites. They are both action shows that involve the main character having to sort of control some
What?
sort of berserk monster in order to maybe prevent the apocalypse, but the similarities basically end there. I am presenting these shows not as opposites.
I'll be there soon.
It might seem weird.
I gotta wrap up this. What? Oh, put your clothes in the dryer. I don't know why you're breaking up so badly. Because you're what? Oh, I see. No, also your connection's really bad. Okay, we did it, everybody.
It might seem It might seem weird to compare Jujutsu Kaisen
I should also
against
upload
Neon
this to
Genesis
Twitter.
Evangelion, considering the shows are neither especially similar nor different enough to be considered as something like opposites. They are both action shows that involve the main character having to sort of control some sort of berserk monster in order to maybe prevent the apocalypse. maybe prevent.
Okay. It's up on We Watch Anime. I've promoted it on Yig Studio. It's uploading on Tweetar. And then it'll be done. And I won't have to worry about it anymore. I think it's uploading here. Did that just delete both of them? God damn it. You know what? I'll do Twitter in the morning. Okay. For now, this is this. It's up on YouTube. That's all I care about. We'll make sure it's still up on YouTube come morning. And then I will worry about putting it on Twitter and so forth. Okay. Everyone, that's it for tonight's stream. We did it, gang. It's taken me fucking a month, but I finished the Jujutsu Kaisen. Tomorrow's stream, I get to delete all this shit off of my desktop. It's going to be glorious. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks for all the monetary distractions. What's the next analysis? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We'll figure that out tomorrow. All right. Good night.